in this one, I am going to be walking you through how much money I make from social media, specifically from view monetization from all of the different social media platforms that I post on. Okay. So everybody for a while there wanted to be a YouTuber because YouTube money was just crazy. And some people still think that getting into posting on social media would ultimately be able to provide them with the amount of money that they would need in order to survive and thrive. And I'm here to show you the reality. So here are the 4 different platforms that I use on a regular basis, and I'm behind these red squares. I have hidden the exact amount of money that I personally get every single month from getting millions and millions of views on these platforms. All right. So we're going to go ahead and go through each one by one and talk about what I use this money for, how the money has changed over time, and ultimately how you should be looking at the money that you do receive if you're somebody who's trying to become an influencer or somebody who eventually wants to make money from social media, so that you can keep your expectations within the realm of reality and understand exactly how this works. All right. So first of all, for YouTube, we're going to go ahead and remove it here. As you can see, I've got almost 150,000 subscribers on my main channel. I get about 412,000 views every single month, which it's long form content mainly. So that's pretty impressive. I've gone up about 1,000 subscribers in the past month, and the total amount of revenue that I receive every single month is about $356. So there you go. Is it more than you thought? Is it less than you thought? It used to be a lot higher. I will be honest with you. YouTube monetization has gone down the drain as a massive influx of people have started to join the platform and put out really good, high quality content. This is the reality. Social media is becoming a lot more competitive than it used to be. And so you have these big players coming in who are willing to invest tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars into a YouTube channel in order to create an audience and build a following and start to monetize that attention through other businesses. That's what you guys are going to realize, is that long gone are the days where creators could just go and make content and then survive solely off of the money that they're making from that content. Nowadays, if you really want to make money from view monetization, you have to have a large amount of money that's being spent on the creation of these videos, the editing of these videos. All right. So I post very, very low edited, low barrier to entry posts on YouTube, but they ultimately serve as a funnel for my other businesses that I run. And we'll get into that a little bit later. Now, Facebook. This has actually been the most profitable platform that I have posted on ever. Facebook right now is kind of a dying app. There are a lot of older people that are watching content on there, but the younger generation is not logging on to Facebook. And so what you have is you have a bunch of older people who tend to have a lot of money. That can be some very, very useful information for you right there, especially if you run a high-ticket fitness coaching business. There's a lot of old people with a lot of money who scroll on there. And so Facebook wants to get these young, hip creators that have grown up, like thinking that Instagram is by far the best platform, to come back to Facebook to actually post their content. And so I started posting content on there towards the beginning of this year, and I have been averaging about $4,500 per month from Facebook views. As you can see, I got a total of 53 million views. So that comes out to about $1,000 for 10 million views. And one thing to keep in mind with every single one of these platforms is that they will pay you more based on different factors. So like how long is the actual video? What kind of ads can they run on the video? And things along these lines will determine ultimately how much you make. And so your metrics might look a little bit different than mine. Now we're going to get over to TikTok, because TikTok actually used to have a very profitable view monetization. It was called the TikTok Creator Fund. And since then, it really went downhill. But then what they did was they shut it off so that only longer videos that you post on TikTok are actually able to get monetized. And so it cut out a lot of creators, because a lot of creators don't make longer videos. They just make short videos. So I am pulling in right now right around $766 in 30 days from my TikTok account. And from Instagram, drum roll please, we've raked in a total of $0 per month from Instagram, because Instagram used to have a bonus program. I was getting paid about $500 per month to post on Instagram, but now that no longer exists, and Instagram, everybody wants to be on there. And so they don't pay anybody to post on Instagram. Everybody wants to post on Instagram because it seems like it's the most poppin' social media platform to be on nowadays. So when you total all these numbers up, it comes out to about $6,000 every single month just solely from views. And some of you guys may be thinking, oh, well, that's so cool that you get $6,000 every single month. You know, that's way more than I made when I worked a full-time job as a technician in a manufacturing company. It's actually like a pretty decent chunk of change. But what you have to keep in mind is that if you actually want to make the most money from social media, you'll do what all of these other companies that I was talking about are doing. And you will not make your money off of view monetization, but rather leverage the views that you are getting to create funnels towards a product that is going to make you the majority of your money. And if you've been following along with this channel for a while, you'll know that I am an online fitness coach. And so what I am doing is I am constantly funneling the views and the people that are watching my content on these social media platforms to my fitness coaching funnel. All right. So these people are now paying me money to coach them on their fitness. This is how I have collected 100 clients that I currently work with. And what you have to understand is that organic is becoming a lot more pay to play. What do I mean by that? This means that social media, since it is becoming more competitive and so many people see just how valuable it is to build a brand online and have an audience on YouTube, on TikTok, and on Instagram, they are investing billions of dollars into social media. And so what you have is people paying for way better editing, people paying for more views, and people paying for clipping. This is the most common thing that you'll see. And so what I have done is I have created a system with my business where I will take the money that I make from the views, which is around $6,000 per month, and I'll pay about $5,000 per month for clipping services. And pretty much what clipping services are, it's where you create a specific kind of reward system so that people can go find your long form content, they clip it up, and then they post it short form on social media in order to get more views, in order to get you more notoriety and get you more famous. And so I have been doing this for a while, and I want to lean back into that. Organic is becoming a lot more pay to play. And so if you are somebody who is like getting in on the ground floor with social media right now, you have to understand that it's not the same place that it used to be. Social media used to be really cool because you could just be one person, like an individual, and kill it on social media. But today, think about Alex Hormozi. Think about all of the famous fitness influencers that you've seen, or all the famous people on social media in general. Very, very few of them are one-man shows. They are all backed with a team that is working day and night to put out dozens and dozens of pieces of content, long form, short form, clipping it up, finding the most viral moments. This is who you're competing against. And so if you can't keep up with a good amount of volume, then you're not going to grow as well as you might have a couple years ago, because this space is being infiltrated. So I personally funnel this, all of my views and the clipping, all that type of stuff into my online fitness coaching business, where you can see here in 2025, my fitness coaching business did about $942,000, so just shy of 7 figures. I sell a high ticket fitness coaching package, which is exactly what I teach people how to do inside of Empire Blueprint. And as you can see, these are like, this is for this year so far. Like last month, we pulled in $77,000, and the average is sitting right around like $68,000 for my fitness coaching business. And that number will go up, it'll go down, it'll kind of fluctuate around that area, but it's a really good amount of total income. And that's ultimately what I help people do when they join Empire Blueprint, is I help them build up a fitness coaching business that will hopefully be able to churn out numbers like these. Now, getting back into the clipping side of things, you guys have to understand that this is just the new world of social media. This is an example of the clipping that I have done. You can see I've spent $20,000 on there over the past couple months. And if this chart looks familiar to you, it was circulating around a couple months ago. And what you'll see is that there are a number of different personalities you probably recognize on this total stat views sheet when it comes to the most popular influencers out there right now. You'll notice a lot of them are streamers, and what they have here is they have the total number of views generated, the total number of videos posted around that person, and the total number of clippers that are actively working to clip their content. And so what you're seeing with social media now is pay to play. All right? You are going to be the most popular person on the face of the planet if you have the most money behind you. And a lot of these people have donors. A lot of these people are being given millions and millions of dollars to invest into these clippers in order to get more notoriety and get their, to kickstart their fame and get more watch time and get more like overall power over the attention of the human race. Okay, so that's what this ultimately is. That's the reality of where social media is headed. And so when you're getting into social media nowadays, you can still make a lot of money even with a very, very low amount of followers. But what you need to understand is that you have to have killer sales skills. We have people inside of Empire Blueprint with less than 1,000 followers that are making $5,000 to $10,000 per month. Some of them are even working other jobs. Like they're working a 9-to-5 job and then they're making an additional $5,000 to $10,000 a month, and they have low amounts of followers. But the only way that they can do that is if they are so good at closing calls that do end up coming across their calendar. So when one person gets nurtured by their content, they end up falling down the funnel, coming down the pipeline, and then when they hop on a call, the fitness coach can close the deal because they have the skills to pay the bills with that smaller audience. So you have to focus on the sales skills side of things, or you just have to generate such a massive amount of attention that you can be a lot more selective with who you ultimately bring onto your team and the price point that you end up working with people on. So I would recommend every single person watching this, if you want to monetize social media in 2026, you have to become an expert salesman. You have to understand how business works now. You can't just be good at making videos. You actually have to understand the systems and the sales processes and the marketing behind this so that you can actually go in and be competitive, because the old phase of influencer is leaving. Like it's no longer just somebody that's picking up their phone and recording. These people have massive teams behind them. And yes, you will see every once in a while somebody who is still able to become successful just by themselves, but it is becoming increasingly more rare. All right. So make sure that you have the sales skills. Make sure that you have a product that you are ultimately funneling your audience to, and do not rely just on views in order to make income in 2026.